What does the American dream mean to you? Is the traditional definition of the American dream holding you back? Well, according to author Mark Matson, there are practical ways to reach your own definition of success, and it starts with redefining your relationship with money and finding financial purpose. Mark is the founder and CEO of Matson Money and the author of this book, Experiencing the American Dream, and he joins us live right now to talk about The Forward by Rob Lowe. You've got Arnold Schwarzenegger, Gary Sinise, Steve Forbes, and other notables signing in about this book, talking about it. So thank you for coming in.
My pleasure.
You live here in the Valley, right?
I do. I live in Paradise Valley, and we work here. We lived here for 10 years and moved from Cincinnati, where it's a lot colder. So glad to be here. So
it seems like the American dream is a lot harder to achieve these days than when you and I were young, when we were buying our first house for under, $75,000. Not that the house is the American dream, but it is to most people.
Yeah, it definitely is a part of the American dream for most people. When people think about the American dream, they think about owning a home. They think about having family, having children. Right. They think about getting their kids to college and retiring someday. And that's kind of the traditional American dream, and that's great. I want to expand people's thinking on that. Is that the American dream is not just a financial goal that you achieve. It's actually a screen or a way that you see the world, and the way that you see the world of entrepreneurism and opportunity then shapes what's going to be possible for you in this great economy in Arizona. When we were the 5th largest city in the world, in the United States, 4th in growth, 2.6% in economic growth and new jobs. So this is a great place to raise a family, a great place to realize your American dream.
If you look at social media and all the people out there who are supposedly financial gurus, they sometimes can make it seem so easy to achieve that dream, whatever the dream is for you, especially financially. But isn't hard work still the base of everything?
Well, I recently read a survey, and it said, out of those things I mentioned, most people say that's what they want to achieve.
Right.
But then they said, do you think it's going to be easy? And only 8% said it was going to be easy. Well, that's kind of like a big duh. I mean, the American dream's always been, what my dad taught me was, you got to work hard, you got to create value for others, you have to really sacrifice. It's never been about easy, but it's been about freedom and possibility, and we still have that here in America.
How do you get in the right frame of mind to even begin to go down that right path?
I think that is so critical, and I call it the screens that we see the world through. My grandfather, growing up in Charleston, West Virginia, worked in the coal mines and the chemical factories, and he had a very negative view of money. He had a very negative view of America, of capitalism in general, and that held him back for his whole life, and he died in poverty. My father, on the other hand, said, look, I can be an entrepreneur, I can work hard, I can innovate, and his view of the world was dramatically different. The view and how you see the world and yourself in the world is so critical for creating wealth and prosperity for yourself and love and freedom for your family. Mindset's huge.
And we're about out of time, so we wanted to show you this book, already a national bestseller. The great thing about living in America is if you don't like what you're doing, you can go find something else, or if you're not making enough in your current job, you can make something on the side and, make your own business. You can do whatever you want.
You still can, and we still have that freedom, and we need to fight for it every day.
That's fantastic. Mark, thank you so much for coming by, experiencing the American dream. So continued success to you.
Thanks, Scott.
It's great talking to you. I wish we had like an hour.
That'd be great.
Yeah, wouldn't it though?
We'll do a podcast.
Thank you.